Hey everyone, welcome back. Tonight we're using something I have used before, but something I thoroughly enjoy, and that is Barbus. This is, I think, their original shaving cream. Really good stuff. I think CDP did a video on that with that one or a different version this week at some point. I'm behind. I already have it whipped up using my fancy French brush. I can't remember the name of this particular brand, and which has been discontinued. This is the 2-band Badger. Whipped up here my TSB lather bowl, and it just whipped up a beautiful lather, very quick. You can see here, just very well hydrated. And I am using a razor that I got from my good friend Harry Wong. Don't know which Harry Wong this was, but Harry Wong sent this one. This is the KureNai. I'm using this because it has been requested to show how to load the blade. So I use a saloon blade in this mostly, which is a double-edged blade that's been factory cut in half, so there's no curved edges. Now you can take this off, try not to drop it, just like you can with the feather or the kai. And you can put your blade in there and pop this back on. I've not loaded the blade that way, but can be done. So that just pops back on. So here you can see that little hole. It still has a little spring, just like the feather and the kai. So what I do is I just hold it like this. Then I take, this is probably bad without my glasses on, take my saloon blade. This happens to be a crown. Take that, just pinch it open, kind of get it started, kind of get the blade, the end of the actual cutting surface, aligned with this part of the razor where the blade's going to come out. So you get that in, drop it down. There it's seated, and just release. That easy. This is a fantastic Chevette, one of my absolute favorites. And my wife took my spray bottle. She apparently took it downstairs to get the kids ready for school to do their hair this morning. So, going the old route, avoiding the face that way. So, all right, Barbus. I know they have a different version of the cream, which I don't have, and then they have a harder puck of soap. Again, which I don't have. Although I would like to get both at some point in the future. Because this stuff just whips up a really nice lather. Can take a little bit of water. And it works really, really well. And the scent on this is really, really pleasant too. There's just nice, kind of a clean, almost medicinal scent to it. But not medicinal in a bad way. Like, I don't think of hospitals and sterile environments and that kind of stuff. Like, when I say medicinal with this, it's just kind of a nice, clean, fresh scent. One that's very pleasant to use. And honestly, I don't use the Barbus enough. Because I had far too many soaps in the den. Alright, so here we go with the KureNai. You can see just gliding over the Barbus cream here. Just working exceptionally well. Really good, really, really nice stuff. I thoroughly enjoy Barbus. And my grip is a little odd. Let's see, did I get it to pass the Ewan test? Maybe? Oh. See, this can even take more water because it's not coming off super easy, but it does plop. So it will pass the test, at least for now. Probably could have hydrated the lather a little more. but it is working very well. The half DE blades, or half DE chivettes, can really work around those little hollows of the neck very, very easily, which is something I thoroughly like. With this and the Focus Slim is another one of my favorite chivettes, or replaceable blade barber razors. Let's see, I always get forward tonguing here. This side likes to creep out and growing this way. So it's always, I just have to go in and fix that little later on. There we go. All right, now this shave, unlike my last video, if you watched that one, I will not be using 3 different razors for each pass, or 1 razor per pass, different types of razors. Last video, I used a chivette in the first pass, a single edge razor in the second pass, and then a double edge razor in the third pass. And then in my cleanup passes, or the cleanups on my neck, I kind of switch back and forth between the single edge and the double edged. If you missed that, just watch my last video that I posted last week, where I used the KureNai from Sweden. Another fantastic soap. I really wish we could get that easier here in the States. That stuff is, oh, so good. And the sandalwood scent on that one is just phenomenal. It's just a very nice sandalwood. So if you missed that one, go back and take a look. I think I used the Dovo chivette, the Jam Micromatic Open Comb, and then the Above the Tie Calypso with the H plate, or the heavy or the aggressive, whichever way you want to look at it. All right, so now the hard part. Ooh. I can't see very well. My eyes are acting a little funny. I went to the eye doctor not too long ago, about a week or so ago maybe. And brand new eye doctor. Was just going in for a checkup, haven't been for a little bit. And I'm sitting there getting the exam. You know, it has the little thing to check your vision and everything. As he's looking in, or he's using a little magnifying thing to look at my eyes, and he's going back and forth from my left and my right eye, and he's like, "You know you have keratoconus, right?" I'm like, "Yep, very much aware. Very much aware that I have keratoconus." And he was asking about glasses and talking about contacts, and I'm like, "Yep, been there, done that." And he's like, "Oh, okay." I started talking more. It's like, yeah, I was diagnosed with keratoconus at like 18 or 19, which supposedly is a slow degenerative eye condition, with a very small number of people getting to a point where they have to wear hard contacts to correct their vision properly, and an even smaller number still requiring transplants. I was like, yeah, I've already been that route. I've had contacts, I've done the transplant thing, I prefer not to go down the contact path again because rigid gas permeables or hard contacts are not comfortable. Especially when you travel, you work long days, stare at a computer screen all day long. Not very fun. So he's like, oh, wow, he had transplants. Like, okay, how long ago was that? And I said, okay, my left eye I was 21, my right eye I was 22 when I had him done. Then he asked where I had him done or who did it, and I told him the name of the doctor. And he's like, oh, he's a fantastic surgeon. Like, yeah. I was bummed when he had to retire the second time. Because he retired for a couple of years to fulfill some obligations. And then he came back, worked for a couple more years, then had something else come up where he had to retire again. But luckily I was attending a friend of mine's wedding in Salt Lake, and he ended up officiating it, so I got to see him after he had retired. So that was really cool. But I was like, yeah, he did my transplants after he came back from London. So yeah, he did those, and he's like, and how long ago are these done? And I was like, the first one was, I was 21 years old, I'm 30, 39. I was like, 18 years ago is my first one. He's like, wow, this looks really good still. He did a phenomenal job. It's like, yeah, well, he was one of the best. I mean, he was a corneal specialist. And I'm not surprised that the doctor here in Utah knows him. At least has heard of him. He was very well renowned all over as an expert in corneas. So it was very cool. And to show you how much of a small world it is. So I used to live in Germany for a couple of years. And I went back with my parents after I think I had my first transplant. Maybe I had both transplants at this point, I can't remember. But I went back with my parents to Germany. And toured around for a couple of weeks. Showed them places where I lived and do some tourist stuff. And we ended up going and meeting up with a guy that used to live in London for a while. And I was like, yeah, my eye doctor is so-and-so, like, what part of London were you in? And I was like, yeah, my eye surgeon was Dr. Aldridge. And this guy in Germany, they're like, oh, I know him. Tell him hi for me. Because they knew each other when they were in London. So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll, when I go back home in, a week or two, I have another appointment in a couple weeks to go see him for a follow-up for my surgeries. So I'll definitely tell him hi for you. So if you haven't seen or hadn't ever ridden the Disney ride, It's a Small World, it definitely is a small world. It's amazing that the surgeon who did my corneal transplants married one of my good friends from shortly after I got back from Germany, and he knew this guy in Germany that I knew as well. So it's just a very small world. So I'm going to talk about the cream a whole lot. Cream is performing exceptionally well, as is the razor, where the cream has aided in a very nice shave. Seriously, if you have not looked at Barbus, it is a relatively inexpensive cream. I think you get a 2-pack for a couple bucks, like 10 bucks, 12 bucks, something like that. 2-pack of this stuff here, and this works really well. I wanted to use the one that has the green one. I think it has chlorophyll or something in it. I'm gonna try the hard puck too. Okay, this stuff is really slick. You can see, still got hair on that little against the green pass. A little cleanup. It just works. Decent residual on it as well. I can go back and do a couple little spots, but I don't want to do a whole lot. I don't want to push it too much. So you get a little bit more, and I have some in the bowl, so why not use it? Like I said, the smell on this is nice. It's just nice, clean, kind of fresh. Though it's not overpowering, it's not a super strong scent, which is really nice. Compare with any aftershave. Just works, I like it. I like the Barbus. The Barbus is awesome. I do recommend that you try Barbus, if you haven't already. All right, we'll do a little bit of rinsing off here. Excuse me, you can see the bald head. That probably could use another shave. I just shaved last night. At least the head anyway. But I usually do the head every other day. Unless I have an overabundance of lather left over and I'll do like one pass. Man, that was very enjoyable shave. Here we go, stuff residual. Feel a little. Right there. Got a little bit. Yeah. A little bit of hair on the blade. So that is the shave with Barbus. There will be a link in the description below on where you can get your own Barbus. Wondering how many times I said Barbus in this video. It really is good stuff. Really slick. If you travel, if you need a little bit of just a quick shave, this stuff rips up a very nice, quick lather. It's 75 grams of awesomeness. Really, it is really good stuff. All right, so we're gonna rinse. We're gonna follow up with witch hazel, lavender. Kind of go with the, no, I'm not sure if you can, the Goblin King shirt, because labyrinth, why not? And after this, we'll finish up, as always, with the PAA Star Jelly. Because Star Jelly is fantastic too. Love me some Star Jelly. I'm getting low on my Star Jelly. Really low on my Star Jelly. No. Come on. Dang it. Didn't know it was that low. I had to pump it a few times. It wasn't coming up pretty easily. Dang Star Jelly. Now I believe Barbus also has some aftershave products. And I need to look into getting that as well. Whew, that was an awesome shave. Really, really good stuff. Cream, excellent stuff. I heard someone say that is suspiciously slick. The ingredients, you know, it's, I think it's this out of Czech Republic. Potassium, stearate potassium. yeah, I mean, there's some normal ingredients in here, some other stuff that I have no idea what the crap it is. But it's all good. It works, and it works well. Face feels really good afterwards. Of course, I also put on star jelly. But to recap, in case y'all didn't know, Barbus. Whipped up with my, I think this is a Bonita something or whatever description. I'll put it in below. Though this event is continued, you can't buy this anymore. 2-band Badger, whipped up in my TSB lather bowl. And using the KureNai Chevette replaceable blade barber's razor, whatever you want to call it. That was a gift from the many, Harry Wong. Also, because it is currently the 20th of October, there are 11 days left. By the time you see this, there'll be 10 days left in the Pink Boys raffle. Information below. We are currently sitting at $45 shy over a $1,000 goal. So if you've been waiting around till near the end of the month, now's your chance. Very close to hitting our goal. Our original goal was $500, so if we don't hit a $1,000 goal, it's still a very successful raffle. The drawing for that will be taking place on this channel, probably November 1st or 2nd. I believe the 1st is a Sunday, so I might have to wait until the Monday following, make sure everything gets their emails and everything else in on time, and then I'll do the raffle. So how it's going to work is I'm going to go, okay, first prize, spin the wheel, is so-and-so. Second prize, so-and-so. Third, so-and-so, and so on, until all the prizes are done. Or all of the places are done, because there are no first, second, third prize. It's you are drawn first, you get first pick of whatever it is that you want, and so on and so forth. So what I'm going to do after the drawing is then I will email everyone who won saying, okay, you won first place or first pick. Here's the list. What do you want? And so on for all the winners. So that's how it's going to happen. Thank you guys again for tuning in. If you stayed this late for the explanation or just for the shave, whatever. Again, thank you guys, and I'll catch you all later on.